UCSB.com. So over here, again, it's very similar to UVisit, where you get a map. So if you want to see how big the campus is, because when you went to UC Santa Cruz, did you realize like you really have to take like a shuttle or walk tons of steps at UC Santa Cruz?
It was all walking.
It was all, there is a shuttle bus that goes around. It was a lot of walking. Also, the nice thing about campustours.com, it also gives you a geolocation on there, panoramic view. It's also an app on there. So literally, if you want to put in like University of Arizona, search for it. You can also search by states. So a lot of his tours available, and it is free. One that's any questions you have about campustours.com?
So for campustours.com, are they, who's giving the tours? Is it students?
Well, so campustours.com, notice everyone, .com, uvisit.com, com is commercial website, is that company? So that's a great question. So literally, if I went to do a Google search and I literally just type in college virtual tours, right? The top links would be uvisit.com, Campus Tours. So it's by a company that pays, Isabel got it on the money, actors to talk about the campus. Princeton Review, right, which is also a private company like Kaplan, all those test prep. But remember, you could go test optional. But then if you keep going, there are some campuses that are like, oh, no, we could do it ourselves. So for Stanford, since you mentioned it, they do a 360 virtual tour that is student hosted. So if you go to the campus website, a lot of campuses do their own virtual tours. Even Cañada College, which is a great community college here in California. So you could literally go ahead and do your own thing. So, but it does give you, that's why sometimes when I even myself look at UVisit, I'll tune off the actor because they're reading a script versus reading about their own personal experiences. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
Okay. So another one that's been there the longest, and for some of you guys who just use Comcast, you use your remote control like crazy. It's called University. So really like Y-O, universitytv.com. It's one of the oldest, and I would say the least interactive one. Like, it's not a pretty website because there's a lot of advertisements. Kind of like I've mentioned in some past podcasts about like ratemyprofessor.com. It's a great resource. The only thing is about this one, like I'm looking at Baylor University in Texas, Creighton University in Omaha. The videos are from the campus themselves. So these are from the campus. So and it's really just simply, you could just put in you see the campus name, they'll feature searching campuses, but then you could also go there. And here's a cool thing. They also have career videos. So if you feel that you need to know a certain campus or a certain major, that's something you could do. They also have other categories beyond college on here, business, fashion design, you name it. So youniversitytv.com is a little bit eclectic, to say the least. Any questions you have about that one?
No, but that's good information.
So how's that for resources, Isabel? Do you think we did okie dokie there?
Yes, I can okie dokie those resources.
Okay. So now you're going on another trip, aren't you? Visiting some other campuses?
I am. I'm leaving to Colorado.
Fantastic. So what campuses are you checking out?
So the first one I think that we're checking out is the University of Colorado Springs.
Great. So University of Colorado Springs, which is also part of University of Colorado Denver, University of Colorado Boulder, and let you guys know, all those campuses have a very different feel. And what other campus are you checking out?
The other one that we're looking at is Colorado State University in Fort Collins.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know about Colorado Springs, it is kind of a college town. The Air Force Academy is housed over there as well. And UC Colorado Springs also offers unique majors, kind of similar to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, like sports management, right? So they have a lot more of that hands-on experience. And if you have not visited the very large Colorado State University, which is a Division I school, I have never been on a campus on a Friday and saw such a packed atmosphere with so many people also doing college tours. Have you emailed the rep ahead of time to let them know that you're excited and you're planning on going to the campus?
I have not emailed the rep specifically, but we have been emailing the college, and I've been receiving a lot of emails about the incoming tours.
So when you do sign up on a mailing list or do a tour, they'll get you a lot of emails, which will, if you actually read them, which there actually is a lot of information, but I know it's a lot. There's a lot going on. But skim through them to ask some questions, and a lot of out-of-state public universities do have some representatives. Not all, like as we've mentioned, the Cal Poly San Luis Obispo just have general representatives, or the UC system as well. But that's something to make sure to go ahead and do that. And have you had a chance to do to check out like different clubs or organizations? Like what resources is your quick go-to find that information, if you have even checked it out yet?
I have not checked it out yet.
One of the things is a lot of times when people are traveling, and if you're bored out of your mind, go to that college campus Instagram, go to their Twitter page, and then a lot of times they'll give you suggestions, other places to follow, and that will be their clubs or their different types of programs on there. Or just go to the website and go to, whether some of them will do clubs, someone will say student life, so you can ask questions, ask the majors. But the most important thing when you're on the tour and go to admissions, find out what's the impacted majors. Ask them if they give you an alternative major and what's the likelihood to go into that, because sometimes students don't realize if I apply to engineering, for example, and don't get in, you don't get into the campus. So hopefully those are some tips on there. And how are you cataloging all this information, Isabel, so they don't all seem like one college campus in your head?
So I do take notes on my phone, on my smartphone during the college tours, which is what I did when I toured the colleges that I did last week. And I'm kind of writing down little notes about it. I also have a few Google Docs that I have opened, and kind of like the general stuff that I need to know or need to find out to prepare for my college tours.
Love it. Love it. And hey, guys, when you're on your cell phone, because us adults sometimes stereotype, just let the student representative who's turn you around, or the college rep's like, hey, hope it's okay, I'm going to take some notes on my cell phone. Just wanted to let you know, because I don't want to forget my experiences on this trip. Let them know that, so they don't know that you're just posting some stories or following some Instagram stuff on there, because it's just really great for them to know that you're taking those notes and you're ready to go. So Isabel, I guess we know what we're going to talk about. Our next podcast is those great two campuses in Colorado.
Yes, we will be discussing my visit in Colorado. Also, I'm going to be emailing a few college reps, so we can talk about that too.
Okay, sounds great. All right, everyone. Thank you to Isabel as always, and everyone, we'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to our podcast. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your precious day to listen to us. So subscribe so that you could download this podcast wherever you may be. We're on so many different streaming devices, but also you can find out more information about College for All at www.college4all.com. We're also on Twitter at collegeforall.amv, Instagram collegeforall.amv, and more to come. Thank you and have an amazing day.